many communities were building large public fallout shelters intended for thousands of people. But what if a public shelter wasn't nearby or became overcrowded? Were there any steps individual families could take to protect themselves from nuclear fallout? Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, many families constructed personal fallout shelters in their backyards. Companies marketed several different family models for homeowners hoping to protect their families. These ranged from a $13.50 foxhole kit all the way up to a $5,000 deluxe model which featured beds, a phone, toilet, and a Geiger counter for detecting radiation levels. Many families constructed their shelters in the middle of the night in an effort to conceal the facility from their neighbors. They feared that neighbors who did not have shelters would swarm their property in an emergency if they knew a shelter was there. Some families could not afford the commercially produced shelters, so there were a number of do-it-yourself methods for shelter construction. One popular method was to take an existing basement and reinforce it for fallout shelter purposes. Many military surplus stores sold air filters, flashlights, fallout protection suits, first aid kits, and water which people used to supply their personal shelters. Civil defense films encourage the public to maintain a 2-week supply of water and non-perishable food in their basements. They also recommended having a battery-powered radio tuned to one of the 2 civil defense Conelrad stations, which were 640 and 1240 on the AM dial. Today, most personal fallout shelters have been removed or dismantled, but some might still be found in homes around the nation. However, most of the few that remain have almost certainly been converted into basements or storage facilities and only serve as a lingering reminder of the Cold War.